Too many people out here are comfortable with being average, letting their potential waste away because they're scared to grind, scared to evolve. I dare you to disappear for the next 6 months. Cut out the distractions, block out the noise, and I promise you, when you reappear, the world won't recognize you. Follow these steps to ensure you're successful after these 6 months. Step 1, set a vision. The first thing you gotta do is get clear on your why. What's the vision of your life? Where do you see yourself in 6 months? Too many people set weak goals because they can't visualize what success looks like for them. But I want you to think bigger. Imagine a version of yourself that's stronger, wiser, wealthier, and better in every way. The actionable step you can take today is write down that vision. Be very specific. If you're working on your body, say how much weight you're gaining or losing, the exact look you're after. If it's financial, set clear income targets. That vision should be so vivid, it fires you up to do better every single day. Step 2, cut the noise. Next, you'll need to eliminate every distractions. We all know what those distractions are. Social media scrolling, hanging out with people who aren't pushing us forward, wasting time on things that does not align with our vision. So the actionable step is, for 6 months, I want you to disappear. That means less Instagram, less Netflix, and more focus. Replace those distractions with things that fit your growth. Books, workout, working on your craft. When people ask where you've been, you can just tell them you've been grinding. You don't have to give that much information. Step 3, build relentless discipline. Disappearing isn't about hiding. It's about working in silence while everyone else is playing. It's about waking up early to hit the gym. It's about staying up late to finish that project. Discipline is the bridge between who you are today and who you want to be tomorrow. Actionable step. I dare you to set a non-negotiable routine every single day. No excuses. If you say you're going to read for an hour, you read for an hour. If you say you're going to hit the gym, you show up even if it's raining, even when you're tired. 6 months of discipline will transform your life. Step 4, develop a growth mindset. This journey isn't gonna be easy. You're gonna hit walls, experience setbacks, and maybe even question yourself. But you need to train your mind to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow. The stronger your mind, the stronger you become. So the actionable step for this step is start seeing every failure as feedback. When things don't go your way, don't get discouraged. Get better, learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. Step 5, measure your progress. Success isn't random, it is measured. Every month, check in with yourself. Are you closer to your goals? What progress have you made? This keeps you accountable. It forces you to stay on track because 6 months is short, but it's also long enough to make serious changes. Actionable step, track everything, whether it's your fitness journey, financial goals, or personal development. Get the numbers on paper. This is how you'll see that transformation in real time. In 6 months, you won't be the same person you are today, but it all starts with this moment, this decision to take the challenge. I dare you to disappear for 6 months and come back unrecognizable. Don't tell anyone you're doing this. Just do it. The result will speak for itself. Listen closely and absorb every word like a sponge soaking up water. Each syllable that flows from my lips carries weight of conviction. Society has attempted to tame us, to mold us into obedient puppies, fetching at their beck and call. But the truth is, most men lost their trust with their primal essence, unable to defend what's rightfully theirs or demonstrate any true competence. But I'm here to awaken the dormant, competent beast from within, because we are the embodiment of power, strength, and cunningness. It's time for us to shed the cycle of fear and embrace the darkness that lurks from within. Our scars, our pain, they are all fuels for our fire, the foundation of our might. We must confront the shadows that hunt us and unite with them, because strength lies in unity. Our mission to evolve into the pinnacle of masculinity by any means necessary, becoming the best version of ourselves. Let the world tremble in the realization that we will no longer play by their rules, because true virtue does not lie in submission, but in the conscious choice to will our powers for good. It's not whether we unleash destruction, but whether we choose to restrain in the face of provocation. This is a relentless battlefield for influence and dominance, and we refuse to be mere pawns. While society may cast us aside as monsters, but you must not worry, because it is strength that commands respect. It is strength that shapes the course of history. Listen, we're starting a movement for men who wants to become the best version of themselves and conquer life. If you want to be part of it, don't forget to subscribe and start training. Your ass should be at the gym, buddy. So I implore you, embrace every facet of your being, for true strength lies in acceptance. Stand tall, refuse to conform. Never underestimate the force that lies behind my steadily gaze. For in a world of sheep, I am the wolf. If you say you are shy, the more shy you act, the more you avoid people, eye contact, the more shy you will become. Anything you do, good or bad, gets carved into you. If you keep acting like this nice guy, the more nicer you become, the more bitter you will become from not getting the things you want because you are playing passive aggressive. And nobody gives a fuck about your passive aggressiveness. You need to assert yourself and get what you need and what you want. Listen, as part of the Take Action movement, we have to start thinking of life this way. We need to stop doing all these bad habits and start doing the right ones. Trust and believe you are carving them deeper into you. And it's going to become harder and harder for you to stop since you already carved it so deeply into you. You need to have your standards raised by carving a better foundation, and you can start that by focusing on yourself more. Focus on the things that are important to you. Focus on the things that you can change, not the things you cannot change. Stop lying to yourself and pretending you are going to change, because the more days that passes, the harder it is to quit these bad habits. You either stop now or continue to condition yourself. You can stop right now. Write your goals, write your plan. What are you going to do for the next month? What are you going to do for the next year? And get to work. I don't want to hear nothing else, no excuses. There is nothing that should stop you from writing your plans down right now. Write them down, take the action, take the necessary action to fix it. I don't care what the fuck you do. Whatever your goal is, start working towards them today. There is no tomorrow. If you wait till tomorrow, then this is what I'm talking about. You are not willing to change. You are pretending that you want to change. If you wanted to change, you would have taken the necessary action to change, because I'm giving it to you right now. There is no reason. There is nothing stopping you. You're making excuses up. Anybody who wants to make a genuine change in their life will be able to change. Anyone who wants to do something will do it. Anybody who doesn't want to do something will create excuses. They will come up with all type of bullshit. But you, my friend, cannot take that chance, because you're part of a bigger movement, a movement that's bigger than you, the Take Action movement. And we stand for something here. You cannot stay there and let life pass by you while you stay in stagnation. You will fail, and I don't want that for my brothers. You need to get up and dust yourself up. It's time for action. You need to carve some muscles, some peace of mind, some confidence, some charisma, and stop being a little bitch. There is more to life than all these distractions. Girls, games, drinking, beating your meat, all this pathetic, degenerate stuff that's keeping you busy from your life. Life is here to test us. Life is here to give us problems and distract us so we can be tested. If we fail this test, we end up falling into the weak-minded, average man category. And I don't want to be that. You can be average, but do not be weak-minded, my friend. But as part of the Take Action movement, we cannot be average. We are here to take over the world. We are here to conquer the world. The world has been built to be conquered. There has been so many great men who tries to conquer the world, and we should be no different. It's exactly what we need to do as men. And when I say conquer the world, you don't have to wage war. There are so many ways you can conquer life. Do not learn the hard way. That's a life of regret. Remember all the regrets that keeps you up at night. If you stay stagnant, you are only going to make more. And once you get older, those regrets only multiplies. And that feeling, that unbearable feeling only gets worse and worse when I tell you it can get 10 times, 100 times worse. You have a better chance dealing with the pain of progress than the pain of regret. One leads to success and the other one leads to a life of misery with nothing to show for it. Stop scrolling and being on social media all day. Stop being obsessed over women and games. Stop eating all the junk food and processed food. And start journaling, meditating, practicing charisma, and fixing your physique and your mental health. And then I want you to start learning skills, take hobbies that you can monetize later or to boost your career. You have people that's counting on you that isn't self-aware enough to make the necessary changes, but you are self-aware. You're that one in a generation that comes in and changes the game for their whole family. So you have to choose whether you want to save your family, you want to create that family that you want, or you want to stay that bum that you are. Become a man of dignity, a man of values, a man of respect. Don't stay a fucking degenerate, bro. It's not good. There is too many of those and not many good men around. You must prepare yourself and do the hard work. You have to change your mindset so when the pain hits, you see it as motivation instead of excuses to slack off, crying to somebody about your problems that nobody gives a fuck about. Do not be consumed by your bad habits. You are carving them deeply into you day by day. So understanding that everything you do is being carved into you, you have to also understand that you are your own destruction. Nobody else is carving yourself, so you cannot stay stagnant, because if you do, you are only going backward while the rest of the world is going forward. Learn to deal with your problem, learn to accept pain, losses, and people, then focus on carving that positive foundation. Life will try to stop you dead in your track, but nothing have kept me from focusing on myself. I learned that when I did, it only hurt me more because I had to play catch up to be where I needed to be. So what I need you to do, listen very, very carefully. Get your fucking ass up. Stop worrying about all the dumb shit you cannot change. There's some of you who cannot wait to just go home and log on the game and play that crappy mobile game all day, or the PC or the Xbox, or just scroll on TikTok, bro. You are a man. While your mom is suffering from a full-time job talking about her back break. Bro, your daddy was a fucking bitch, and that's why he raised a fucking bitch. And if your dad not in your life, well, your mom raised a fucking bitch too. So you need to pick yourself up, become the man that you need to be, fix yourself, become that generational change that you need to become. You see people getting money, getting fit, leveling up in life, and you wonder, why can't that be me? But here's the thing, it can be you. The only thing stopping you is your mindset and your action. So today we're breaking down on why it's not just possible for you to win, but why you're built for it. The first thing you need to do to be able to win is to drop all the excuses. One of the biggest barriers to success is excuses. We tell ourselves that we're too busy, too tired, or that we don't have the resources. But if you look at anyone who's made it, you'll see that they had every reason to quit, but they didn't. So why not you? You've got to stop giving yourself a way out. Excuses are nothing but lies we tell ourselves to avoid the hard work. The difference between you and the person who's winning is that they look at their excuses and said, I'm not letting this stop me. Look, everyone got something. We've all got challenges, setbacks, and obstacles, but those ain't the reason to stop. They are reason to push harder. Start holding yourself accountable. Stop blaming your situation, your background, and your lack of connections. None of that matters. What matters is what you do with what you've got. So what that voice in your head start making excuses, remind yourself, why not me? The next thing you need to be able to do is to understand your power. You've got to recognize the power that you already have. Too many people walk around acting like they're powerless, waiting for someone to come save them or give them permission to succeed. But the reality is, no one is coming to save you. It's on you to get up every day. Think about it. You've already overcome a lot just to get where you're at right now. You've faced setback, made mistakes, and dealt with things that should have have broken you, but you're still here. That's proof that you've got more power than you realize. The problem isn't ability, it's belief. If you can shift your mindset from can I to I will, everything changes. So you have to stop waiting for the perfect conditions. A lot of us waste time waiting for the perfect moment to start something where we think we need more money, more knowledge, or more confidence. But let me tell you, perfect conditions don't exist. If you keep waiting for everything to line up, you'll be waiting forever. The people who make it are the ones who start with what they have and figure the rest out along the way. Stop waiting for the right time to chase your dreams, to start that business, get in shape, or make that move. The perfect time is now, with all your flaws, insecurities, and doubts. Why not you? Successful people are just like you. They have doubts, they fail, and they get scared. The only difference is they take action anyway. To keep taking action, you need to flip the script on failure. A big reason people think they can't succeed is the fear of failure. But here's the truth. Failure is part of the process. Nobody gets it right the first time, the second time, or even the 10th time. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. But the people who wins are the ones who use failure as a stepping stone, not a stop sign. Think about it. Every time you fail, you're getting valuable feedback. You're learning what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. Can't be scared to take L's. The only real failure is giving up. Everyone you admire has failed countless times, but they didn't let that stop them. So when you hit a setback, ask yourself, why not me? Why can't I be the one who bounced back stronger? Success isn't sexy. It's very gritty, tough, and full of moments where you question everything. But embracing the grind is what separates us from those who wish and from those who win. There are no shortcuts. There are no hacks that will replace hours you need to put in. That's where most people tap out. They're not willing to do the work, especially when it's not glamorous. But if you ask yourself, why not me? And truly mean it, then you've got to be ready to put in the work every single day. You have to be relentless. Embrace the days when it's hard, when you're tired, when nothing seems to be going your way. Those are the days that build character. That's when you really earn your success. And then you have to be able to compete with yourself and only yourself. Remember the first part I said, we be seeing people succeed and we're thinking, why not us? It's easy to get caught up comparing yourself to others, but the real competition is with yourself. Every day your goal should be outdoing the person you were yesterday. Forget about what everyone else is doing. Focus on your own progress. It's not about being the best in the world. It's about being the best version of yourself. Ask yourself, what can I do today to get me one step closer to my goals? What habits can I improve? What weakness can I work on? When you start competing with yourself, you stop worrying about what everyone else is doing. You become laser focused on your own journey. And that's when you start to realize, why not me? So invest in yourself. If you want to become successful, you have to invest in yourself. Your skills, your mindset, your body, everything. The more you invest in yourself, the more you raise your value. Too many people waste money on things that don't matter while neglecting the one investment that will pay the biggest dividends, themselves. Spend money on courses, a mentor, buy books. Don't be afraid to put in the work. It's not a cost, it's an investment in your future. The more you level up, the more you realize the question isn't why not me, but why not now? So stay consistent. Consistency is the ultimate cheat code. It doesn't matter how talented you are if you're not consistent. Consistency beats talent every time. The reason most people don't succeed isn't because they ain't good enough. It's because they can't stick to doing something long enough to see results. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Show up every day and do the work even when you don't feel like it. The small daily actions compound over time and lead to big results. Success isn't about big wins. It's about the daily grind that nobody sees. So every day remind yourself, why not me? Why not today? Then put in the work. Lastly, get rid of the victim mentality. One of the biggest mindset shift you need to make is to stop feeling sorry for yourself. Life is unfair and everyone's dealt with a different hand, but dwelling on that will get you nowhere. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what am I going to do about it? You have the power to change your circumstances, but only if you take ownership of your life. The victim mentality keeps you stuck blaming everything and everyone for why you're not where you want to be. But the moment you decide to take control, you shift from powerless to powerful. Why not you? The only difference between you and those who are killing it is mindset. They choose to take control. You can too. Alright, I got one last one for y'all. You have to keep your visions bigger than your fears. Your visions definitely has to be bigger than your fears. Fear is natural. Everyone feels it, but you can't let it dictate your actions. The most powerful people aren't fearless. They're just driven by something bigger. They let their vision pull them forward, even when they're scared. When you find yourself doubting, getting anxious, or second guessing, reconnect with your vision. Remember why you started. Picture where you want to be, who you want to become, and let that vision drown out the fear. The question isn't why can't I do this, but why am I letting fear hold me back? You've got everything you need to make it happen, so why not you? The question why not you is more than just words. It's a call to action, a reminder that you have everything it takes to succeed. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need to wait for the perfect conditions. You don't need to be born into the right circumstances. All you need is the mindset to believe that you're worthy of success and the discipline to put in the work. So stop doubting yourself. Stop letting fear control you. The world is full of people who settled for less because they don't think they could do more, because they didn't think they could do more. Don't be one of them. Look at your goals. Look at your dreams. Ask yourself, why not me? Then make it happen. You see, a lot of people are afraid to try. As a man, you should have this feeling, a feeling in there that you cannot understand in your gut that's screaming at you to get better, to do better. You cannot just ignore this feeling. It's going to eat at your soul. You have to be willing to put aside how you are feeling, how other people make you feel, all the obstacles in life. You just have to focus on your purpose, on your pursuit. What people don't understand about the mistakes that hunts them in their past is that they're supposed to use them to get to the next level, not let them hold them back. The minute you let your mistakes hold you back instead of using them for gains is the minute you start losing. You need to start using them for what they are. You need to see them for what they really are, as life experiences that will get you to the next level. If you see anything in your life you do not like, if you see anything in your life that's not currently going well for you, you need to go ahead and change it. Stop crying about it. Nobody's going to change it for you. We all have problems we deal with. In fact, we all have too much problem we deal with. So nobody's going to deal with your own bullshit. You need to get your hands dirty. You need to put on some fucking gloves, or even do it without the gloves and just go through the mess. If you watch any of my old videos from the beginning, they are absolutely trash, but I'm gradually getting better. That's what life is. I've left all those videos up so people can see my progression. I can use it as a point. Some of them are extremely cringe, extremely bad. I had to go through the process of making those bad videos to get feedback to make better videos. As I upload, I'm gradually just getting better. But that's literally what life is. Nobody can see your vision for you. In fact, I had so many friends tell me don't do it. So the vision you have for yourself, nobody's going to see it for you. You have to be willing to stumble in your own shit and get up, wipe it down, and then get back to work like nothing happened. And you'll have to do this every single day, no matter where you at school, at work, at the gym, and life in general. Listen, I want you to push. Push as if you are the only one who can save the world. Push as if the world depends on you to change it, because it does. If you are serious about leveling up, whether it's in your finances, fitness, relationships, or overall mindset, you have to lock in. That means eliminating distractions, committing to the grind, and going all in. This isn't about motivation. This is about turning that motivation into discipline and that discipline into results. Let's get into it. The first thing you have to do is define your mission. Before you lock in, you need a clear mission. This is your why. Why are you waking up early? Why are you grinding so hard? You have to know what you're aiming for, or you'll end up drifting through life, wasting time and wondering why you're not where you want to be. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? And be real specific with it. Saying you want more money isn't enough. How much more? Saying you want to get fit isn't enough. What kind of shape do you want to be in? Write this stuff down. Post it somewhere you can see every day, whether it's on your wall, your mirror, or phone lock screen. Let it be a constant reminder of what you're working towards. Without a mission, there is no focus, no direction, and definitely no commitment. So lock in by first defining your mission and make it personal. The next thing you want to do is cut the noise. We live in a world full of distractions, and it's easy to get lost in all the noise. You've got social media, streaming services, and endless notifications, and toxic people constantly pulling at your attention. But if you're serious about your goal, you have to cut the noise. Lock in means putting blinders on and blocking out what doesn't serve your mission. This is about being intentional. Unfollow those accounts that waste your time. Cut back on the mindless scrolling and stop hanging around people who ain't on the same path. You don't have time to entertain distractions when you're trying to build something great. Look at your day. Identify where you're wasting time. Is it social media, binging shows, texting people who don't add value? Eliminate those habits. Focus on what moves you closer to your goals. The next thing you have to do is commit to the grind. Lock in means embracing the grind, plain and simple. This isn't about overnight success story. It's the late nights working when everyone else is asleep. The early mornings, getting it in before the sun rises, the rejections, the failures, and the days when you don't feel like doing it, but you do it anyway. Every time you push through, you're building your discipline muscles. And discipline is the key that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for motivation to show up. Instead, show up every day and put in the work. The grind doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about your actions. Locking in is about showing up consistently, even when you don't feel like it. The gym when you're tired, the late night work session when you want to relax, the budgeting when you want to spend. You grind because you know what you want and you're willing to put in the work to get it. Then you need to set some rules, some non-negotiable rules. The rules you set for yourself that you don't break, no matter what. These are daily tasks, routine, and the standards you commit to uphold, even when it's inconvenient. If you want to lock in, you need to establish a non-negotiable life. These are things like going to the gym 5 times a week, sticking to a diet, working on your side hustle for an hour every night, or spending time on personal development daily. Non-negotiables are the backbone of commitment. They are the promises you keep to yourself, and keeping them builds confidence and trust in yourself. Every time you honor a non-negotiable, you prove yourself that you're serious about your goals. It's about creating a standard for how you live and refusing to let anything drag you below that standard. Next, you need to track your progress. You can't manage what you don't measure. When you lock in, tracking your progress becomes a priority. Whether it's your fitness goals, your bank account, or your social media growth, or how many books you're reading, you have to keep tab on where you're at. Tracking isn't about numbers, it's about accountability. When you track your progress, you can see what's working and what's not. It helps you make adjustments and fine-tune your approach. If you're trying to gain weight, track your meals, weigh yourself regularly, and see what needs tweaking. Tracking is your roadmap. It shows how far you've come and how far far you have to go. It keeps you motivated, disciplined, and constantly improving. Next, you need to make sure you stay hungry. When you start seeing results, it's easy to get comfortable. That's when most people fall off. But if you're truly locked in, comfort isn't an option. You have to stay hungry. Remember that feeling when you started, when you were broke, out of shape, or desperate for change. Don't lose that edge. Staying hungry means you never settle. There is always a next level to reach. It's about always looking for ways to improve, expand, and evolve. Don't just aim to hit a goal and chill. Set new goals. Chase the next milestone. Being locked in means staying on the offensive and never getting complacency is the enemy of growth. Next is you have to make sure you surround yourself with the right energy, because energy is contagious. If you're trying to lock in and go after big goals, you need to surround yourself with people who are on the same wave. They don't have to be doing the same exact thing as you, but they need to be driven, focused, and pushing for their own success. If you're the smartest, most motivated, or the most driven person in your circle, it's time to upgrade your circle. Be around people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who aren't afraid to call you out when you're sleeping. Their energy will keep you motivated, keep you accountable, and push you to be better. Locking in isn't just a solo mission. It's about building a support system that keeps you sharp. The next part is learning to say no. A big part of locking in is learning to say no. No to distractions, no to things that don't align with your goals, and no to people who drains your energy. Every yes you give is time, energy, or money you're taking away from your mission. You can't do everything, so you need to get comfortable with turning things down. Opportunities will come, but not every opportunity is worth your time. Friends will invite you out, but not every night out is worth losing sleep over. People will want your time, but not everyone deserves it. Say no to anything that doesn't align with your goals and protect your focus fearlessly. Last one is embrace the sacrifice. Locking in comes with sacrifice. That's the price you pay for success, whether it's sacrificing time, comfort, or temporary pleasure. You have to be willing to give up something to get where you want to go. It's late night working instead of partying. It's saving money instead of blowing it on things you don't need. It's spending time learning and growing instead of wasting hours on mindless entertainment. Embrace the sacrifice because it's temporary. While everyone else is taking it easy, you're building the foundation for a future they'll wish they had. And when you get to where you want to be, you'll look back and realize that every sacrifice was worth it. Locking in isn't a one-time decision. It has to become your lifestyle. It's about showing up for yourself every single day. No excuses. It's about setting boundaries, staying disciplined, and keeping your eyes on the prize, no matter what's happening around you. This isn't about motivation, it's about discipline. It's about locking in so hard that nothing can break your focus. The moment you decide to truly lock in, everything changes. You become unstoppable, focused, and relentless in your pursuit of success. So now ask yourself, how bad do you really want it? Are you ready to lock in? If you are, then there is nothing that can stop you. The path to greatness is yours. Lock in and go get it. Remember, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and subscribe, you bastards.